Good morning, everyone. My name is Parker Nagafuji, and I would like to thank you all for attending this morning's Dharma family service. We will have Sophie Deepti Sarkar as our special guest speaker today. Sophie is a Buddhist artist and author. We will begin this service with a moment of quiet sitting. Reverend C.J. Dumford will strike the bell, and we will sit for 1 or 2 minutes to quiet our minds and prepare to hear the Dharma. Then they will strike the bell again, and we will continue with the service.
Of the Buddha's wisdom and compassion, it is said that it is like the great earth, for it sustains the birth of all beings. As we sit together today in this moment, may we all notice the ground beneath our feet, our connection to the earth, which literally connects us to one another, sustaining us and holding us. As we sit together today, breathing in, may we feel our lungs expand, breathing deeply into our bellies. Breathing in, myriad things arise. Thoughts, feelings, emotions, sensations. May we greet them as we would an old friend, without judgment. And breathing out, let them go. Of the Buddha's wisdom and compassion, it is said that it is like the great fire, for it burns the firewood of all views. Breathing in, may we greet all things without judgment. And breathing out, let them go. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namanda Butsu, Namanda, Namanda Butsu, Namanda, Namanda Butsu, Namanda, Namanda
Butsu. Reverend C.J. Dumford will now chant the Sambutsuge, which is on page 79 of the Purple Service Book.
Sambutsuge. The Gatha Sambutsuge comes from the larger Sutra of Immeasurable Life. It is the praises voiced by Bodhisattva Dharmakara to the Buddha Lokeshvara Raja. In these praises, the Bodhisattva expresses their own desire to attain Buddhahood and heartfelt determination to accomplish this goal for the sake of saving all sentient beings.
희녀거자
諸仏世界無不影未主節度光明師匠変師匠国如世精進一人難量量がさぶ国土第一五種奇妙道場長世国如内音二無等相がと愛民道だにさい自法来生年年少女伊藤が国ゼ楽安論公仏信用是が心象本願の日力小小欲自法生存知恵無下上量子孫知が信行軽量心死食毒中が行精進人中不敬ナマンダブナマンダブナマンダブナマンダブナマンダブナマンダブ顔面にしくどく平等性一切道本菩提心 Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Namanda. Namanda Butsu. Namanda.
Please rise if you are able to follow along with the Gotha. I am a link in the golden chain, which is on the handout. Please remain standing for the reading of Golden Chain 2. I will now recite the Golden Chain 2 on page 15 of the Purple Service Book. Please feel free to follow along. Golden Chain 2. I'm a link in the Buddha's golden chain of love that stretches around the world. I must keep my link bright and strong. I will try to be kind and gentle to every living thing and protect all who are weaker than myself. I will try to do pure and beautiful thoughts, to say pure and beautiful words, and to do pure and beautiful deeds, knowing that on what I do now depends not only my happiness or unhappiness, but also that of others. May every link in the Buddha's golden chain of love become bright and strong, and may we all attain perfect peace. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. You may be seated. We will have a Dharma message by Sophie Deepti Sarkar.
Good morning, everyone. I have the pleasure of introducing our wonderful guest this morning. I first want to thank Jun Hamamoto from the Buddhist Church of Oakland for connecting Sophie to the Berkeley Buddhist Temple today. Sophie Deepti Sarkar is a Japanese-American and Bengali artist and community organizer rooted in the engaged Buddhist tradition of Zen master Thich Nhat Hanh. She can do everything. She can paint, she writes children's books, she organizes communities around combating climate change, doing workshops on creativity, organizing racial solidarity spaces, and more. Just I'm so excited to have her here, so I'm kind of fangirling a little bit. She is a descendant of ancestors who survived Japanese-American concentration camps and the colonial partition of Bengal. And she does feel that it is part of her karma to address the multi-generational impacts of state-sanctioned violence and division. Her guiding aspiration is to offer creative and spiritual support to social movements attempting to end empires, build solidarity, and sustain life on Earth. And so without further ado, it's my pleasure to have Sophie Deepti Sarkar read her latest publication to us this morning. And she is especially here for these awesome Dharma School students. Good morning. Yeah. Thank you. Reverend CJ. I don't know if I can do all this. Will you do?
Thank you so much, everyone. It's wonderful to be with you all here today. Before I begin, I'd like to just invite one sound of the bell. And I invite everyone to just take a few deep breaths as you hear the sound of the bell. Thank you so much. In these turbulent times, I think any moment that we get to come back to ourselves and to calm our nervous systems is really a gift. So I thank you for your practice. So yes, that was quite an introduction. I'm Sophie. I use she, her pronouns. And among many things, I'm an artist and Buddhist practitioner. And I practice, as Stacy mentioned, in the Plum Village tradition of Zen Master Thich Nhat Hanh. And I recently published a children's book called Mixed Rice. And I'm going to be reading that book to you today in a little bit. But first, I wanted to start by just giving a very short talk about mindfulness, because that's a big part of our practice in the Plum Village tradition. And we use the bell as a tool of mindfulness. So I wrote this book, Mixed Rice, because, well, I guess I'll talk a little bit about the book first. So it is autobiographical. It's about the conflict in a multiracial Asian family over what rice to cook for dinner, which was a very real conflict in my home growing up. My Bengali father, yeah, I know, right? My Bengali father always wanted basmati rice, and my Japanese American mother wanted gohan. And my father would argue that you can't eat gohan with your hands because it's too sticky, and also that it would make him constipated whenever he ate it. And my mom would argue that you can't pick up basmati rice with chopsticks. And so this was a daily debate in our household. And it was me and my sister's role in our home to choose, which was a mixed kid's nightmare, because we felt like we had to choose between our families, our lineages, our ancestors, every evening. And so in the story, the main character, her name is Joya. She is able to... Her parents are in this argument, and she's able to slow everybody down and invite in the ancestors and the help of the moon and her mindfulness practices to support her parents to calm down. And when they do, they realize that the fight is not actually about rice, but it's actually about their deep longing and missing of their mothers, the foods they grew up with as children, their homelands, and also about this deep longing that they each have to feel a sense of belonging and home with one another, and to feel understood. So I wanted to write this book because when I was a kid, I didn't have a book like this. And our family didn't have the tools, the mindfulness practices, or any tools really to be able to deal with conflict, and to be able to move towards understanding one another with kindness and compassion and love. And so I wanted to write this book that really told the truth about both how beautiful and challenging building multicultural family and community can be, and that provided our communities and families with those tools that can help us. So, has anyone ever heard of the term mindfulness? Yeah, I'm sure. And what does mindfulness mean to you when you hear that term? Presence, yes. What else? Self-awareness. Beautiful. What was that?
Is it rather hard to put finger on? Like, it's hard to grasp.
Yes. Yeah. It's hard to grasp. Anything else? Paying attention. Yes. I think you're all mindfulness practitioners in this space. So in very basic terms, the way that I think about it, the way that I was taught mindfulness, it's an energy. It's an energy of awareness that we can cultivate in ourselves, that supports us to be aware of both what's happening internally within us, how our bodies are doing, what we're feeling, but also that supports us to be aware of what's happening around us, how the people around us are doing, what they're feeling, how they're responding to any given moment. And we can cultivate this energy of awareness through practice. So the most basic way that we can practice mindfulness is by being aware when we're breathing, that we're breathing. Being aware that when we're sitting, when we're walking, when we're feeling happy, we know we're feeling happy. When we're feeling sad, we know that we're feeling sad. And it sounds like it's just the most basic practice, but it's actually a really radical thing to slow down enough in our daily lives to be able to tap in and be present enough with ourselves and our bodies, to have that kind of awareness. And so, when we're able to slow down and be really aware of how we're feeling, then we can take better care of ourselves. If we know we're sad, we can actually take care of that sadness within us. And once we offer that kind of love and care to ourselves, then we can offer that to others as well. So I lived in a monastery in upstate New York for 6 months. And when I was living there, I had a roommate that I was having a difficult time with. And I was having a difficult time listening deeply to her and her struggles. And so I went to one of the monastics for support. And I said, I want to be able to listen deeply to my roommate, my friend, but I don't know how. And the monastic asked me, when you hear the sound of the bell, do you actually listen to its sound? And I realized, because in my practice in our monasteries, there's a lot of bells. And I realized that I would hear the bell every time it would ring, but I wouldn't actually listen to its sound all the way through. I wouldn't actually hear its pitch, its resonance. I wouldn't actually track how long it was resounding for. And I love the sound of the bell. So if I wasn't able to slow down enough and practice being able to listen to its sound, then how could I actually listen to something that's more challenging for me to listen to? So I started practicing listening more deeply to the sound of the bell. And once I did that, I was able to come back to myself, listen to my breath, then listen to my own struggles, whatever was happening within me, my own feelings and emotions, and to really pay attention to them and take care. And then through that practice, then I was able to listen to my roommate more deeply. And so I think the more that we can do these simple practices of listening, especially in times when we're feeling more peaceful and calm, Then when we're going through a challenging moment, we have those muscles. We've exercised those muscles to be able to use them in moments of conflict or tension. So, for example, when I invited the sound of the bell earlier, I took a moment, I took some breaths, I came back to myself, I listened to the sound of the bell all the way through, and I could feel my heartbeat, and I could hear my breath was a little bit short, and I noticed that I was feeling a little nervous and anxious. So then I was able to take a moment to say, hey, nervousness, I hear you, I know that you're there, I'm aware that you're there, I'm here for you, I take care of you. And that helped me feel more calm so that I could give this Dharma talk. So before, I'm about to get into the story, but I thought maybe we could just do a very short practice of guided meditation that I'll take you all through, where we can come back to ourselves and take care of whatever is going on for us in our bodies right now in this moment. Please, if you're not already, get in a comfortable position where you feel both relaxed and at ease. And I'll invite one sound of the bell to begin the meditation, and then I'll guide us through a very short practice. Breathing in, I know that I'm breathing in. Breathing out, I know that I'm breathing out. In, out. In, out. Breathing in, I invite you to follow your breath all the way into your lungs and diaphragm. Notice it filling your belly. And breathing out, I invite you to notice your breath as it leaves your body and fills in the space around you. In, notice the breath filling your belly, and out, noticing the air as it fills in the space around you. And with your next inhale, I invite you to just notice your body. Any places you might have tension or pain. Any places that need a little extra attention and love and care in this moment. As you inhale, you can send that love and care to those places. And as you exhale, you can try to just release a little bit of that tension. Inhale, sending care to the places that need it in your body. Exhale, release the tension in your body. And with your next inhale, I invite you to just notice how you're feeling right now. what emotions might be up for you. Perhaps it's sadness or happiness. Maybe you're feeling a little annoyed, or maybe you're feeling grounded and present. Maybe you're feeling joyful or sad. Whatever you're feeling is just right. There's nothing to change or modify. But we just get to send some awareness, presence, and attention to those feelings. Breathing in my feelings, I know that you're there. Breathing out, I'm here for you. I see you. And I take care of you. And I'll invite one more sound of the bell, and if your eyes are closed, you can open them. And just take another moment to feel present in yourself and in your seat and in this community. Thank you. So before I read this book, I just wanted to call attention to that phrase, "Dear one, I'm here for you." My teacher, Thich Nhat Hanh, has 6 mantras of loving speech and deep listening. And the first one is, "Dear one, I'm here for you." And we can use that with ourselves in any moment, and we can also use that with each other. And he says this is one of the best ways that we can show up for one another and for ourselves. So maybe we can all say that together. Dear one, I'm here for you. Thank you. All right. Yes, forgot.
I think, if not, just try.
Perfect. All right, it's story time now. So, Mixed Rice by me. Gratitude to my ancestors, my grandmas, and Thai. For my mom, dad, and sister Abijoya, and for all the mixed kids out there. May you feel at home where you are, and may you enjoy all of your rices. It's nearing dinner time, and Joya's belly is rumbly and grumbly. She's in her room watching the moon rise and dreaming of all of her favorite snacks. Mochi, samosas, French fries, boba, ice cream. When she hears her parents call, "Joya, Joya, come make the rice." Joya swiftly hops downstairs where her parents are busy cooking. She can hear the sizzling of the eggplant her mama is grilling and the bubbling of the dal her baba is boiling. She opens up the pantry where she finds 2 kinds of rice, basmati and gohan. She goes back and forth between the 2, but she cannot choose. Mama, Baba, what kind of rice should I make? Joya asks. Both of her parents respond at the same time. Gohan, says Mama. Basmati, says Baba. The room goes silent. Mama and Baba slowly turn toward each other and scowl. The steam in the kitchen grows thick. Joya desperately wants to say something to relieve the tension, but before she can think of anything, her parents begin to argue. I'm making dal bhat, which only tastes good if you eat it with your hands. Have you ever tried eating gohan and dal with your hands? No, because it's like glue and will never come off your fingers. Plus, it will remain sticky in my stomach and I won't be able to poo tomorrow, exclaims Baba. Basmati? Basmati? But you know I'm making eggplant donburi, which you have to eat with chopsticks. And you can't pick up basmati rice with chopsticks, exclaims Mama. Ugh, the arguing makes Joya's ears ache, her heart beat fast, and her stomach churn. She feels angry. They are so loud she cannot hear her own thoughts. She feels sad. They do not understand one another. And she feels ashamed. Her question initiated this fight. The storm of emotions feels like too much to handle alone. Joya drops the rice bowl and runs to a quiet spot in the house where she knows her feelings will have space. The ancestor altar that her family made together. In front of the altar, Joya takes a few deep breaths and feels air entering and leaving her body. As Joya sits and breathes at the altar, she can feel the presence of her ancestors around her, like a big hug. Their presence helps her to feel safe enough to allow her tears to flow. With each breath and each tear, she feels a little more calm and at ease. After a few minutes of sitting and breathing at the altar, she hears two voices, her grandmother's. Dear Joya, we are here for you, they say. Joya responds, I know you are there, grandmothers, and I'm very happy. I'm suffering because my parents are fighting again about the rice. Please help me. The moon, they croon. Confused, Joya replies, What? The moon, Joya. Go get your parents and look at the moon, they say. The moon, of course. Her whole family loves to watch the moon, and tonight it is full. Joya runs back to the kitchen where her parents are still arguing and says, Mama, Baba, it's a full moon tonight. Let's look together. Fine, her parents respond. They make their way to the front yard where they can see the beautiful moon shining over the neighboring houses. The peaceful glow brings them all a little calm and ease in this tense moment. After a deep breath, Joya says, Mama, Baba, I feel very sad that you fight about rice every night. It feels like you cannot understand one another, and if you cannot understand each other, then you cannot understand a big part of who I am. Mama responds, My dear Joya, being with you, Baba, and the moon has helped me realize that I reacted the way I did because I miss Grandma. Eating gohan with chopsticks reminds me of her pickles, inari, and the food she used to prepare for us as kids. It reminds me of home. And Baba says, I too feel very sad. I miss my ma and our home in Bengal. Basmati rice reminds me of the big meals she made for me and my 5 brothers. I miss hearing the popping mustard seeds, smelling the fried garlic and chilies, and feeling the dal and rice between my fingers. Touched by her parents' sharings, Joya leads the way inside to the ancestor altar. Look, Mama, look, Baba, it's all of our homes, together. As they look at the altar that they made as a family, deep, relaxing breaths fill their bellies. Feelings of peace, connection, and belonging combine like a moonbeam and fill each of their hearts with love. With the help of the moon, the ancestors, and each other, they can tell that they are home. A few moments later, the doorbell rings. It is Joya's friend, Hui, who has just returned from a family trip to Vietnam. Mama and Baba, both now feeling more calm and open-hearted, ask, "Hey, Hui, we cannot decide what rice to make for dinner. What would you prefer, Gohan or basmati?" And Hui confidently replies, "Jasmine." The end. So, thank you. If we have time, I can take some questions from the audience. Especially if any of the young people up here have a question. Never.
Nobody likes to ask questions.
Oh, sorry to ask you. Very honest. Yes. Well, don't tell my ancestors, but I do love jasmine rice. Yeah. Sometimes we do that. Yes. Sometimes both are good.
What was her point about the conclusion, when she picks jasmine? I mean, for her, she likes jasmine, but why did you put that in there?
I think the point is, well, there's a few. So one is that I think as a mixed person, I've often been asked to choose between the different parts of who I am. So one of the points was that you don't have to choose. You get to have any rice that you want. You don't have to choose between your different identities. And I was reading this book when I was writing it to the monastics at Blue Cliff Monastery, and they were telling me that they, as a sangha, had this argument about rice. Some of the sisters wanted brown rice, some of the sisters wanted white rice, and it went on for months. And at every meeting, it came up again. And so eventually, where they landed was that they were going to have both kinds of rice at every meal. So,
I always find out food at my house.
You
My
do?
mom makes it different and I always complain about it.
Oh no!
The one food I like, rice and beans.
You like rice and beans? Rice and beans are so good.
And candy.
Oh yeah, candy's also very good. Yes.
That's why I spilled my whole bucket.
How do I, so when I have multiple feelings and emotions, including heavy ones,
Yeah.
acknowledge those feelings at the same time, but I have to maintain some kind of sane. What's the, what would you recommend to tackle first? Because there are so many, too many choices, and I just can't choose when I need to move on. What would you recommend?
So if I understand your question correctly, sometimes you have multiple big feelings coming up, and you don't know which one to take care of in the moment. Yeah. Well, I find that usually there's one that's especially present, so I'll start with whatever that one is. But I think it's good to just also acknowledge whatever is there. I think our feelings are information for us. And I think when we're feeling them strongly, they're asking us to pay attention. So yeah, I would say it's okay to just acknowledge all of it. And yeah, just spend time taking care. And if you're able to, sometimes also when I have really big feelings coming up, sitting practice isn't the best. I think walking with the feelings, moving with them, there are lots of different ways we can kind of work with them. But yeah, so if you're finding that it's a struggle, there's a lot there, and it's a struggle to just sit with them, you can try walking meditation. It's a really beautiful practice. And in our tradition, when we do walking meditation, it's both about connecting with the earth and with the land, and also with our bodies. And we use the gata, I have arrived. Breathing in, I have arrived. Breathing out, I am home. Breathing in the here. You do?
Yeah.
Breathing out in the now. Do you use that one?
Yeah, I went to school at Montessori.
Oh, very cool. But yeah, you can actually just walk with maybe if you're feeling angry, walk with your anger and kind of befriend it. Get to know it. So those are some of the practices that I use. What did I forget? Oh, the solidity part? Oh, can you tell me about that part?
You already know
We do have another gata that is, I am solid. Breathing in, I am solid. Breathing out, I am free. Yes. Any other questions? No? All right. Well, thank you so much. It's been a joy to be with you all this morning.
Please let this be the end. No.
Okay. Thank you, Sophie, for your wonderful message for the Sangha. Please rise if you are able to follow along with the Gatha Metta, which is on page 178 of the Purple Service Book.
1, 7.
Okay, oh yeah, you may be seated. Now we would like to welcome the following guests. Okay, oh, and then you can wave or stand up when introduced. Shelby Stewart. Harper Hopkins. Kate Newton. Okay. I'm now going to read the announcements that have been submitted. BCA Town Hall featuring Bishop Harada is today from 11:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. We will live stream it in the social hall. Anyone who would like to view it is welcome to join us. The Otani basketball Jamboree is being held today at Berkeley High School. Games are on until 4:30. Many of our Dharma School students are participating, playing for many of the teams represented at the Jamboree. Please come support the kids and have some fun, food, and watch some exciting basketball. BBT Dharmanar, monthly online study session. Thursday, February 27th at 6:30. Topic is Polynirvana, Truth of Impermanence. Sign-up links on our website. Online meditation and discussion. Wednesday, March 5th at 7 p.m. The sign-up link is on our website. Meeting the Moment, Session 3, Saturday, March 8th at 10 a.m. at Buddhist Church of Oakland. Reverend Michael Yoshi from the Buena Vista United Methodist Church will share about his recent Protective Presence trip to Wadi Fokin in the West Bank of Palestine. For more info, please see the flyer posted in the social hall or the weekly email. Berkeley Buddhist Temple and Berkeley JACL for a day of volunteering at the Alameda County Food Bank, Saturday, March 15th at 12:30. For more details, questions, or to sign up, email Ryan at bjacl_service@outlook.com. There are limited spots available. Building the Pure Land, Session 1, Sunday, March 16th at 1 p.m. at the Jodo Shinshu Center. Join us for BBT Spring Workshop Series presented by Reverend Dr. C.J. Dumford in Session 1. We will talk about the regrounding Jodo Shinshu Mahayana Buddhism. Zoom option is also available. For more info, please see the flyer posted in the social hall or in the weekly email. Next Sunday, March 2nd, BCA service will be held at the BBT. It begins at 10 a.m. This service will be open for any Berkeley members who wish to attend in person. Members are also encouraged to stay after for in-service and attend the closing program. Zora Ueda Hale and Casey Mukai are featured speakers. Please be advised Jodo Shinshu Center parking will not be available for the service. So thank you.
Hi everyone. I'm sorry. One more announcement. I know there's a lot. I'm Tara Umamoto, and I use she, her pronouns, and I just wanted to share an upcoming event that the temple is coordinating with some other organizations, including JSA, JCL, Friends of Topaz Museum, and Japanese American Youth Alliance, and Berkeley NSU. So we're going to have Connecting Across Generations. It's Restoring Our Brokenness, an intergenerational conversation on the film Kintsukuroi. It'll be on March 22nd, 12 p.m. to 3 p.m. at JSA in Emeryville. And you do not have to have seen the film to join us. We're going to have a few panelists there who are from the film, and also there will be food. And so the RSVP link and more information will be in our weekly newsletter. And I had one more. So yeah, if you have any questions, feel free to, you can see me or Karen or Pam after service. And then if you want to see Kintsukuroi, there will be a screening on March 13th in El Cerrito. Thank you so much, and I think, no.
I'm Reverend CJ Dunford, and I use they, them pronouns. I'd like to thank everyone for being here today. Thank you to Sophie for your wonderful guest speaking and for sharing your book. Thank you to Parker for being a great chairperson. Thank you to our excellent live streaming team for their help for live streaming our online service. Thank you to Emiko for playing the piano for our Gatha so beautifully. And finally, thank you to our February Towan for helping to prepare refreshments in the social hall. This concludes our service for today. Thank you for joining us here in person and everyone who joined us online.